On the topic of insane changes that sound like they're fake, but they're absolutely not, I present to you guys the latest Dartling Mad changes to its ability. This thing got 1300% stronger, and no, that is not a typo, and no, this is not typical in BT6. So usually when we see these towers getting buffed, they're usually getting buffed with like, I don't know, +2, +1 pierce, +3, 4 damage depending on what the tower is and what it does. But this ability change is absolutely insane, and actually there have been a lot of other changes with the ability, so let me just walk you guys through everything. So first off, the X4X, so that is the Rocket Storm ability, is getting a small damage bump versus ceramic. So this is like a normal change, right? +1 damage, and it carries over to the next tier. But the next two changes are the ones that are actually more important, and it's the Mad's extra bonus damage versus mob class balloons getting reduced from 550 to 450. So what this means is that the normal auto attacks of the Mad are now weaker versus mob class balloons. But catch this next one, the bonus damage to mob class balloons onto the ability goes from 18 to 250. That is wild how much extra damage it is. Like, if it just went from like 18 to 25, that would have still been like a decent buff. It's almost a 40% increase, but just going from 18 to 250, that is a 1300% increase. And I actually promised you guys that I'm going to do this video a while back, and now we're finally making do on our promise. So yeah, let's try and defeat an entire boss with the Mad Millipede ability. Now, on top of these insane changes with the Mad ability, you guys already know that this ability can be buffed by other things. So for example, if you give it the Jungle Jumps ability or like an Alchemist, the extra attack speed from those two sources means that all of these rockets are going to get launched even faster. And this goes for an Overclock, this goes for an Ultra Boost, and this goes for a Sun Temple and the True Sun God and all the buffs it gives. So you guys can see exactly where I'm going with this. We are going to God Boost a Mad, and we're going to see if we can take down an entire boss by itself, which previously wasn't possible. With these new changes, I don't know guys, I feel like it actually might be. Alright, so I'm going to place a Dartling out here towards the back. This is going to be a nice spot for the Sun Temple and eventually the True Sun God, so we don't sacrifice all of our farms. And also because FaZe is going to jump like half the track anyway, so this is like a good spot to cover the majority of it, I think. Alright, so you guys already know the drill of this one. Let's sell the action figure. Let's buy up these marketplaces under the range of a discount village. Let's see if we can buy all of them. Yes, there we go. So 4 marketplaces. I'm going to try and fit one more here up top. I think we can actually do it here on the other side of these pipes. Oh, if we can get the bigger radius though. Alright, so there we go. All these marketplaces. I'm even going to buy a favorite trades boat, which is going to go like this, so increase the sell-back value of all these guys. And actually the tier 1 is going to be a pretty interesting one, just because the Rocket Storm does not get bonus damage versus mob class balloons. So yeah, that should be I'm pretty sure one of the more difficult tiers actually. Alright, so it's about time we started upgrading our Dartling, and I'm actually gonna go for a double discount village here on the side, and then we're gonna do some other stuff as well. So let's go like this. So we're gonna start things off with the Jungle Jumps. This one is going to be a Millipede village, which we're gonna be getting the ability, the Homeland as well, which does work on the ability actually. Let's see how the money is gonna do before we reach the tier 1, because I think that we want to be a little bit faster. So yeah, let me sell this sniper. It's no longer necessary. Let me get the Hydra Rocket Pods. Amazing discounts, by the way. This thing costs 4.8k, and we're like $1,000 down on the price thanks to these discounts. That's amazing. All right, and here it comes. This is the tier 1. Now we're gonna need to do a couple of things for the tier 1. I think we might even want to start things off just by selling a couple of these marketplaces. So let's actually go like this. I want to get an Alchemist, so we're gonna keep it as a 320. I think that that's gonna be completely fine. Gerald is also gonna be super useful later on because of the rejuve, so we're gonna be resetting these cooldowns all the time. It's gonna be amazing. I cannot even wait to get into the late game. We also have this water spot for an Energizer sub. Let's get the Rocket Storm and let's see how this ability is going to be doing. So the most important thing versus FaZe is to actually remove the shield, because while he has the shield, he's moving a little bit faster. But let's see how we're going to do. So, oh, it's a little bit far, by the way, where this Rocket Storm is currently placed, but I feel like it's still going to be able to do the damage, right? Yeah, this is kind of slow with the Rocket Storm, I'm going to be honest. So let's go like this. Let's use the ability. Let's try and get rid of the shield. So this is a little bit of a problem, because while FaZe is traveling, when you proc a skull, he's actually invulnerable. So we're going to lose a little bit of ability downtime. Can I like help the Dartling a little bit besides using the ability? I don't think so. I mean, look at this thing. So the more rockets are hitting, obviously the more damage we're doing. So actually this shield got taken out a little bit faster than the previous one. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, but we are facing a little bit of an issue, and that is that it's round 48 and we are about halfway through. So 2 more skulls left. That means 2 jumps left, by the way, which is really annoying, I guess. So one of the things that we can do is we can actually get an Overclock NG, and I'm going to get the Overclock now. I'm going to sell it later on just so we can invest the money back into the farms. But the Overclock does actually work on the Rocket Storm as as well, and it's gonna give us a lot of extra damage. So let's use it. Let me just take the control over the Darling, and let's use the ability. And yeah, look at this thing now. It's so much better and so much faster. Oh, actually, wait a minute. It was only one jump left because this is the normal one. Okay, so less cults on the normal one. Yeah, I keep forgetting, but yeah, let's go like this. Let's use the overclock. Let's use the ability one. It's not gonna be one star. We're gonna get one more use out of this, but look at this thing again. One more jump, and then the ability just doesn't do anything. So we have to be extra careful with this thing. As by the way, make sure we're fertilizing all of our farms, upgrading the central markets, and actually look at these smart class blues. They are making it all the way to the RSI, which is a little bit annoying, but this is probably gonna be the last ability. So let's overclock, and it is. You look at this thing. The boss is next to the Darling, which means that all the rockets are hitting, and look at how fast the HP is going. There we go. The ability doesn't last that long though. It is a pretty short ability, and I think the mad duration isn't exactly improved by a lot, I don't think. So yeah, we're gonna have to work through this with like an energizer and just the rejuve, which is the reason why we brought Gerald in the first place. But there we go, that's the tier 1, and finally we no longer have to deal with this guy with the rocket storm. So yeah, let me just do something like this. Let me just get like a couple of these Jerry's forests, I guess. Let me upgrade some central markets, do some fertilizing if we can. For the next year, we are 100% going to have the mat. So that one is the first one in which we're gonna see the true power of this thing. All right, so our Jerry's fire expired. Let's renew it. It only lasts for 5 rounds nowadays with a lot of Gerald and nerfs. I think we should probably do a video on that. I mean, has there been like a patch in the past like 5 in which Geraldo hasn't gotten a nerf of some sort? I don't think so. They really want to get this guy down to earth, and I think they're actually succeeding. I think Geraldo has been moving down the rankings, so we might actually explore that as a video because Geraldo is my favorite hero. But we unlocked the rejuve, which is more important for what we're trying to do today. All right, so round 59 ending. We're about to enter tier 2, and we're missing a little bit of cash. It's about 40, I would say $13-ish thousand that we're missing. All right, so here we go. The money is coming close, and yes, bam, there we go. Let's get the mat. Let's actually target it away from the boss because I only want to be popping the boss using the ability. So the ability is ready. I think we also want to upgrade the strongest stem just for a little bit of extra attack speed because it does work. And let's aim it for the first time towards the boss. Actually, we have a lot of small balloons as well. So let's go and let's see how much damage it's gonna do. No, that is insane. No, how is this a thing, Ninja QE? No, it's just evaporating. It's and look at this thing. It's lasting throughout the next call as well. It actually does carry over. So yeah, it lasts a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure, than the Rocket Storm ability onto the tier 4. Don't quote me on that one, by the way. It just feels like it does, right? But we do get a rejuve, so let's use the rejuve and let's go again. Let's use the ability. We're gonna get a jump. The shield is gonna restore itself, but I think we're gonna get a little bit of the ability as well just to destroy the shield. There we go. Oh my god, it almost destroyed 2 skulls in one go. Alright, so one less jump and one less rejuve, so let's do it like this. Let's use the ability one more time, and look at this guy go. This is absolutely wild, and we haven't even started buffing this guy. We only have like a jungle drums and an alchemist. You guys know what I plan on doing for these next few rounds? It's gonna be amazing. By the way, a little bit of an Easter egg for you guys, but you can actually tap this rocket a couple of times and it is gonna fly out. I'm not sure what it does though. I feel like it has camo detection if I'm not mistaken, and it's gonna, oh yeah, it stuns balloons for a short amount of time. Look at this thing. Look at the map at the back. And I think it even comes back after a few rounds, so you can use it maybe multiple times per game. That's a cool little Easter egg on this map. But yes, let's go back to our game. So Ultra Boost, we actually do get the money for it. Really important. So let's okay, so let's actually switch things up with these overclocks and the Ultra Boost. So I bought our overclock, which is gonna go onto this banana central. Let's make sure we hook that guy up, and then hook up the Ultra Boost to this guy, to the Rocket Storm. Hook up a tech bot to that guy as well. There we go. We also wanted to buy this, so we are gonna get the call to arms. And you know what? We can actually even afford the homeland. Should we do it? Yes, let's do the homeland. And I think the money is gonna be just right for the mat on round 80. And this boss, he's gonna get destroyed as fast as you've ever seen FaZe get popped, I'm pretty sure, especially because we have like 2 rejuves in stock. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy. All right, so in comes this guy, and let's do it, guys. Let's just start things off with a bang. So let's use the homeland. Let's aim it towards, oh my god, look at the HP. He's gone. That is the first call. It's actually gonna persist throughout, yes, throughout the jump, and it's gonna do so much damage. Nope, move it away. I actually only want to use the ability to pop this guy. So we have Geraldo, and let me actually use the rejuve potion, and let's go again. All right, so as soon as the homeland expires, I'm gonna go for a second round of ability. So let's go homeland. Let's use the, oh, let's just kind of unlock this guy. Let's use the mad ability, and look at this damage. That is absolutely wild, guys. This was not a mistake by Ninja QE, was it? Like, to give it 250 extra damage. I don't know, like, I feel like 18 to 25 would have been like a 40% bonus. That's still respectable, but this is like straight up insane, I feel like. Let's go for the last rejuve. So let's go like this. Homeland, one more dump of the abilities, and this is, you know what, as long as we survive the jump, this is probably gonna be enough to take it out entirely. Oh my god, it's still going. Yes, it actually does take it out. It was like 3 abilities and I don't know, like 10 seconds of auto attacking, and it to defeat this guy. But look at how satisfying it looks, just almost maxed out onto this mat. We're still not maxed out, by the way. So is it 10? Yes, it's a 10 Ultra Boost stacks, and we can actually do a lot more things to make it stronger. All right, so as these ceramics are actually going to become a lot stronger, even though this guy's attacking like crazy, he is still not doing well versus them. So I think I'm just going to get the temple here towards the back just to get a little bit of extra damage versus them, like an extra layer of defense. Let's go like this. This is going to be enough because we only want to buy a support temple, right? So let's buy it like this. And the dartling is actually outside of the range of the temple, but that's good because we're not stopping at the temple. We are going to be buying the true sun god. So 500k, but we need 50k in sacrifices as well. So the money is just about there. So like, is this going to be enough for sacrifices? Like a big trap, that's 36. I think if we can sneak in like one more farm, no, maybe something like, you know what, we're making it a lot of cash. So I think we just do it again. Let's go like this. These 2 towers are going to be more than enough in sacrifices. Hope it doesn't take out this NG, by the way. The NG is outside of its range. Look at how close this is. But yeah, that's the Ultra Boost. We cannot sacrifice that guy. All right, so let's get the true sun god. Let's hopefully not sacrifice any of the important towers. There we go. And finally, if we buy the extra range, yes, the mat is now inside of the range of the true sun god and fully buffed. So this is pretty much the max damage that you can get on this guy. We could do something like the Lord of the Abyss. Actually, I was thinking maybe give it a little bit extra pierce because there are going to be a lot of small balloons, and we just want to make sure these rockets are going straight to the boss. So that's another cool little tower that you can buy, and we also can get the Energizer sub. So yeah, I think when we get the Energizer, yeah, this is pretty much it, and it's round 99, so right on time. And yeah, let's see how we do. We also have the Regis, obviously, so it is gonna get crazy, guys. Let's defeat all these guys. Look at how fast this thing is attacking, by the way. Even if we're not dealing with the boss, like, this is super satisfying to watch. All right, and here it is. So 375,000 HP, but the HP is actually a lot bigger because of the shields. So let's go. Fully buffed Matt. How is he gonna do versus the tier 4 and then the tier 5, which is gonna have its HP in the millions, actually. So let's go like this. Let's use the homeland. Let's use the Mad ability and target it towards it. Oh my god, this is even faster than the tier 3, I'm pretty sure. Look at how crazy it looks. Let's use a Rejuve. Let's do the exact same thing. Wait for the homeland to expire and then use it again. Oh my god, that's so cool. Look at how cool it looks like. And you know what? You can see that all these rockets, like, they're not even hitting the boss and the HP is just melting. So you know what we can do for the last skull? Actually, we can allow FaZe to come closer to the mat so that we can hit it with as many rockets as possible. So let's do one more round of abilities where we're going to control this one. So proc the skull, and I think the ability is going to end anyway, so let's just move it away for this one. And yeah, let's just wait a second. Let's use the last Rejuve, which is going to restore our abilities in it. And we're going to get both Rejuves back, by the way, for the tier 5. All right, guys, he is slowly getting in range for the last round of abilities, and then I cannot even wait to see what's going to be happening with the tier 5 because that is going to have millions and millions of HP. This guy is only in the hundreds of thousands yet. So let's go like this. Homeland, let's use the last ability. Oh, look at this thing. He's just eating up all of these rockets, and bam, it's not even close, guys. Yep, I really hope that this wasn't a typo because this is so fun, and actually just unlocks this mat as, I guess, a potential tower to defeat, like, even like tier 3 and maybe even tier 4 elite bosses, I'm pretty sure. And actually, as the tier 5 is coming out, I forgot to do one last thing. I only had the Berserker Brew, and now I bought the Perma Brew, so now we're gonna see the absolute power of the mat. Basically, the buffs from the Alchemist were not permanent, so we might have been missing on like a tiny bit of attack speed, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much. So with that being said, 1.5 million, but keep in mind, these shields are like, I think each shield is about a third of the max HP of the boss, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, don't quote me on that one, by the way, but it's a lot. Like, these shields are beefy. So let's use the ability and let's see how good this guy is gonna do. I'm actually really glad that I bought the Lord of the Abyss, actually, because look at how many balloons there are next to FaZe. But let's get this thing started. All right, so homeland, use the Mad ability, and how is it doing? Oh, so you can actually see it is, I don't want to say it's struggling, but you can actually see that this FaZe has a lot more HP, but we do have this thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's just a lot of damage that this thing is doing. All right, so let's step up our Rejuve usage. So let's go like this. Let's use the first Rejuve that is, and as soon as the homeland expires, I'm gonna do another round of abilities. So look at this thing. We're actually gonna need like 2 rounds of abilities just to get through a skull, it seems like. So all of these Rejuves, they are not gonna be enough, I don't think. Oh yeah, this is actually gonna be a battle versus the last one, or at least the last one is gonna make it the furthest out of all of them, I'm pretty sure. So let's actually wait these cooldowns a little bit. The Mad ability is gonna be out in a second, and then the homeland is gonna be out right about now. So let's use them again. Let's target it towards FaZe, and yeah, definitely. So you can see the increased amount of HP, and this is why it's probably gonna stop working at like what, tier 3 elite bosses, it's still gonna do well, and then tier 4s, it might start struggling at that point because those guys usually have like millions and millions of HP. Let's actually be patient with the last Regiv. So we're gonna get one more homeland, and let's go like this. Let's use the mad ability. This should be enough to take out like half the HP. Yeah, definitely a battle with the tier 5 phase for sure. It's still melting it though, let's be real, but I'm trying to only use the ability to take down the boss. Okay, so now I think it's time for us to use the Regiv, and we even might get one restock just because of how long this thing is taking. I mean, it's not as long, don't get me wrong, it's around 123, but by this point, all of the other bosses have already been defeated. So yeah, another round of abilities. So let's go like this. Use the homeland to target towards face, and this thing is absolutely melting. Yes, so much damage. BT6 is one of those games that actually can produce some really mesmerizing content if you like, I guess, ultra or super buff some towers. The thing that comes to mind is actually a super buffed Poseidon, which with all those tridents that it's using to attack, it actually looks really cool as well. But another set of abilities, so let's aim it towards face. So this should be able to take out the second skull, and then one more is gonna be left after this. Is it actually gonna take it out? Oh no, it doesn't take it out. Do we get a Regiv restock? Yes, we do. Alright, so let's go like this. Let's Regiv it up. Let's wait for the homeland to finish, and then we're gonna do another round of abilities. Hopefully we're gonna take out this skull and then some of the shield of the next one, and then one more round of abilities, and should be about it. But yeah, look at this guy. Look at his face. He is actually making it a little bit farther than all the previous ones, so the damage is definitely falling off. But I'm pretty sure we absolutely have this thing, guys. So the abilities are ready. This is probably gonna be one last time for these abilities, so yeah, let's use them. He is gonna be eating up all these rockets because he's so close. And is it gonna be enough? It's close. It's gonna be super close. No, barely not enough. You know what? I'm just gonna use the normal attacks to get rid of this boss. And yeah, that was the new mad ability with like 1,300% more damage. Absolutely insane. You guys see what it does. We just essentially destroyed a normal boss just by using the ability and nothing else. Not sure if this is supposed to be happening, but whatever it is really fun to use. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. That's it for this one, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.